We're just minutes from the first pitch. We're going to hear from Coug players with Kennewick ties. That much more next. There's no doubt if you've ever been to a high school sporting event involving the Kamiakin Braves, you've seen this shirt, Run Kano. The simple 7-letter phrase is the word mascot for the Braves. Coach, this is it. Earlier in the week, you told me problems. Everyone is causing problems. Offense, defense, special teams. How do we solve those problems tonight? Like my fantasy football teams, the Seattle Seahawks are 0-2. And like all the 12s out there, I'm as shocked as any, and not just about my fantasy team. As you can see, brand new uniforms is the name of the game today. It's a little big, and I was talking to GM Bob Torrey about a contract, but it doesn't look like that'll be in the cards anytime soon. Now, if this is the first time you're hearing about the game, first thing I'd say is shame on you. You got to watch more Keeper Sports, where the Walla Walla Sweets open their season with a new boss behind the bench and a new philosophy in the clubhouse. Tonight's game will decide the 1B Southeast League title, as well as playoff standings, seeding, and home field advantage for the next 2 weeks. As you can see, the AMS faithful going nuts, getting ready for Game 3. The AMS trying to do something they've never done. Now, Justin, I know I say this every week, but it truly rings true tonight. A heavyweight matchup between Richland and Kamiakin. But for now, I got to go get in line to get some of those hot dogs and get ready for this game. From the Toyota Center, I'm Vince Sapienza. Back to you. And for the Invincible Play of the Day, we stay at Giza and we check out the Keeper Sports Department. Myself, along with Justin Lum, were invited by the Tri-City Dust Devils for the annual Media Home Run Derby. Now, no home runs today, but, but Justin Lum took one for the team. Wow. He got beamed in the wrist by manager Anthony Contreras, but don't worry, he came back and hit the next one. Still feeling the effects, as you can see, but it was all in good fun. Justin Lum, he's the one that earns the Invincible Play of the Day. It's been 8 months to the day since Matt Graff fell from a tree stand while hunting, leaving him paralyzed. The term Graff Strong was born out of that accident, and quickly those two words went from a catchphrase to a symbol of resolve. Doctors told Mac there was a good chance he would never walk again, but I'm here to tell you, Graff Strong is getting stronger. Like any athlete who's been knocked down, Mac is trying to get back up, and this time for good.
September 12th was the best football game of my life. You know, it was just great. And then I get to go hunting with my friends, my dad. It's just awesome. I was drawn back and I shot and I missed. So I put the bow down, kind of lost my balance, put my hand on one of the things I shouldn't have put my hand on, gave way, fell, changed my life.
How much do you remember?
All of it. Everything. I remember everything.
Matt Graff fell 15 feet from a tree stand he had been in many times. He landed on his back, breaking his T11 and T12 vertebrae. At first, doctors thought his spine was severed.
I fell on my back, and it's like I hit my funny bone, but from my back, and it's the same feeling when you hit your funny bone. For me, it was.
Think in the weeks after that, you'd ever see your son walk?
No.
For the next 5 weeks, Mac recovered at a hospital in Spokane as the rest of the state rallied around him.
All the community support that we had from around the state, from different football programs and stuff, it was amazing. It was all taken care of. People donated their time, donated, windows and doors and whatever we needed there. And
Mac returned home in October and led his football team onto the field to a standing ovation.
It gives me goosebumps.
I mean, what was that like?
And I turned around and I gave him a fist bump, and then I saw like teary eyes, and I was like, honestly, I didn't know what to think.
With football and baseball no longer options, Mac now scratches his athletic itch through track and field, throwing shot put, javelin, and discus.
Just having like a team. I still have my football team when football starts, but just being able to be a part of a team in the spring. And right now there's not much competition for me, but I try to compete against myself and beat myself every week. That's my goal.
You learn through athletics to keep on going and keep working at it. And we haven't hit that point yet where we've come up against the wall.
And that work has helped Mac feel sensations in parts of his legs, allowing him, with help, to walk. Mac and his dad walk after school every day. Doctors say the next step is to work on internal damage to take that next step in recovery.
I mean, I could be done. This could be it. But then again, it could all come back. So I'm just gonna work hard and do what people tell me to do and just try to work through it.
I'll open it for the ladies and let them out.
Despite the accident, Mac lives life like a lot of 17-year-olds, going to prom, hitting the links, and even driving a car. But the one thing he doesn't want is anyone's pity.
I'm still Mac, just in a chair. I will walk again. It's my plan, is to walk normal. And if it doesn't work out, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
There's no doubt if you've ever been to a high school sporting event involving the Kamaikan Braves, you've seen this shirt, Run Kano. The simple 7-letter phrase is the word mascot for the Braves. Just saying Run Kano in the wrong part of the Tri-Cities will get you a dirty look. Now, many think Run Kano is just the student section for Kamaikan, and while that may be true, to the students it means more, leaving the question, what does Run Kano mean?
I think if you ask them today, there's still three different definitions, so I'm not even sure where to go with it.
Run Kano is an atmosphere.
A feeling no matter what you do, no matter how you play, that the student body's going to be there.
It's Kamaikan. It's who we are. It's what we do.
It's a presence, you know. It's a family.
The workouts, the long hours makes it worth it when we come out of the tunnel and we see a big student section out there with all the Kano shirts on, cheering loud.
The interpretation of Run Kano can vary from student to teacher to coach, but the message is always spoken with one voice.
It's kind of like you get like that tingly feeling, you know, when you're really excited about something.
I mean, it means the world. Like, that's the reason why we keep doing this year after year. It's why we show up every game and we're screaming at the top of our lungs and we go home with sore voices.
The words Run Kano are now synonymous with Kamaikan High School, but that wasn't always the case. Prior to 2008, there was no Run Kano, and that is when the students and leadership came up with an idea to bring the student body together.
Let's make it a fraternity. Let's do something that we can actually just everybody glom onto. And they did. And their proposal was Kano, which is in Greek letters K-A-N-O. There's not an H in the Greek alphabet, so an N looks like an H. So Kamaikan High School.
And by all accounts, Kano was an instant success until the following year.
There was some miscommunication about what Kano was. And so what ends up happening is the students started taking over the process of Kano rather than it being associated with the ASB and the leadership class.
Kano seemed dead in the water until a trio of seniors revived and evolved it. 2010 graduates Tommy O'Brien, Billy Sharma, and Brandon Nwezu ran for ASB their senior year with the motto, Run ASB. When they won, they asked if they could bring back Kano, and the result is what we see today.
What it really means is our high school, run by students, which is what it's supposed to do. So when people say, what does that mean? Well, I run Kano. I run Kamaikan High School. You run Kamaikan High School. We run Kamaikan High School.
Run Kano has changed a lot since its inception. Just this year, Run Kano became an official ASB club. And this is also the first year girls have taken leadership roles.
We want to change the way that Run Kano is perceived because we want the whole school to know that it's not just the leaders that are Run Kano, it's the whole school. It's everyone that's involved, not just the leaders or the girls or the guys.
The support for Run Kano is great within Kamaikan High School, but not everyone supports Run Kano.
I don't know what it means.
Do you care?
I don't care. It's not my favorite team.
What is Run Kano to you?
Run Kano to us guys at Richland, it says, I wish I was going to Richland, and I love the Bombers.
You know you have a great thing when people love you and hate you.
You can love them or you can hate them, but the one thing you have to do with Run Kano is respect them. To the opponents, Run Kano is just a student section. But to Run Kano, it's an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
It makes every student feel involved.
We are just one big family, one tribe, y'all.
Isn't that what it's supposed to be? And when we go to high school, they play high school sports. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's never a bad year.